think one of the big things that a sportsman has to have is discipline, which also kind of works for professionals. How did that happen for you? Just the discipline? Was it just the love of the sport, or were there days where you did have to also force yourself to do what had to be done?
I was so passionate about the game, I couldn't think of anything else. I didn't want to be anyone else in life. I just wanted to play cricket for India, and that was my life. So it was all about having fun, it was all about enjoyment, it was about living that wonderful dream. That journey was beautiful, and I was prepared to do anything for that. Yes, when I was 11, 12, there were occasions I felt like bunking practice, but my coach would come home on a scooter and he would say, okay, get your kit bag, we are going and we're practicing. We're not missing any session. So those were important sessions for me. If I put them all together, there were quite a few sessions and I learned a lot in those sessions. So to all the kids, listen to your coaches and your parents. There'd be distractions, and it is natural. But don't skip those sessions. Avoid doing all those things because there'll be time to enjoy all those things later on in your life.
Going back to November 2013, when you announced your retirement, did you actually have to go out looking for challenges, or were they all there and you just now had the bandwidth to look for them, to chase them?
The challenges in any profession will be there. Whether you're on the field or off the field, there are on-field challenges when you're on the field, and there are off-field challenges in day-to-day life. And that is what makes life interesting. That is what made cricket interesting as well. I've completed 3 years of retirement. So the first half of my life was 24 years of international cricket. And here I've only completed 3 years. So I'm still in that phase where I'm learning. And what I don't want to stop in life is that learning process.
How has your second innings been? What has Sachin been doing after November 2013, and what's the new focus now?
Second innings has been special, without any doubt. Second innings has just begun. I'm able to do all those things which I was not able to do for the last 24 years. Travel to different parts of the world, meet different people, get involved in different things. During my cricketing days, it was everything to do with cricket. And everything, all the offers which came to me, I would actually evaluate those things. Is it going to harm my cricket? Is it going to stop me from giving my best on the field? Is it contributing in making me a better person? And then we move forward. I'm continuing to do those things, but I have now more time to engage myself in different activities. The first innings was about chasing my dream. The second innings is all about satisfaction.
Would you say your father and your coach were the two biggest influences in your life?
My father, my coach, and my brother. This team was a terrific team. When it came to life lessons, my father was my guru. When it came to cricketing lessons on field, it was my coach, Mr. Ramakant Achrekar. And then cricket and generally in life, it was also my brother Ajit. Three of them really contributed a lot, and we were able to segregate these three things. I started playing cricket when I was 11, and at that time I did not know much about cricket. I didn't know the intricacies which were taught to me by my brother and my coach, right from how to pack your bag, how to prepare yourself before the game.
So speaking about preparation and focus, some days are bigger than the others, some matches are more important than the others. Is there any difference in the way you used to prepare for a really big day?
With me, preparation started from packing my bag, and that continued right till the end of my career. It continued, and then I would sometimes start my preparation by ironing my clothes in the room. I would not give my clothes to the laundry. I would iron them myself because I thought, that sort of got me into that zone. Suddenly I saw whites and I was ironing my whites or my colored clothing, ODI clothing. I was ironing them in the room. I got into that mood. I started thinking about, okay, who's going to bowl to me tomorrow and how am I going to bat? What are the areas I need to focus on? my subconscious mind switched on from there. It is not about if the game is starting at 9:30 in the morning, suddenly at 9 o'clock you start switching on. It's too late sometimes. I started my preparation way before that, literally 12, 14 hours before that. I would start thinking, and my subconscious mind was working on how I'm going to play the next day.
But it wouldn't be as easy, say, when you had injuries, right? Or you were recovering from surgeries. Would that, and then you had to get back to your form. So that is a much harder uphill journey. How did that happen?
Yes, there were a number of moments where I thought my career was over. There were bad injuries, and in particular, I still remember when I had my tennis elbow surgery. After 3.5 months, I went out to practice. I was told it'll take about 4.5 months or so for recovery. Don't rush. But sportsmen are known to be impatient. So I did that. I mean, I went out and I started hitting few balls. And I realized that I'm not ready for that. Because, 13, 14-year-old kids were stopping the ball at 15 yards and I was trying to smash the ball as hard as possible. And I came back home really disappointed and disheartened, and I thought my career was over. I told my wife that, I just pray to God that I need to have one more chance. My career cannot stop like this. I need to get back on the field. I started having sleepless nights. I would call my friends, my close friends would join me on early morning drives, not late night drives, but I would call them at weird hours, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I said, come down, I'm waiting outside your building, let's go for a drive. Because I couldn't sleep. I was nervous, I was tense, I was worried about my career. But those are the moments when you need a solid team around you, doctors, physios, masseurs, trainers, your family members, close friends. My wife, being a doctor, helped. She understands how it takes time for any injury to heal. And you got to give X number of weeks, X number of months sometimes. The worst thing sportsmen are, they're not patient. They get impatient and they want to get back on the field again. And so was the case with me. So she said that you just have to give your body enough time to recover. And those are the moments where you want those people around you. You want them to keep you in that space where you think positively, and that also has a good effect on your healing. You recover faster, you heal faster. That contribution was invaluable.
There's a book actually for professionals that says what got you here won't take you there, which means that the skills that got you to a certain point will not help you go to the next level. Would you feel that there are new skills that you needed to adopt or use the skills that you already have?
Yeah, like in cricket itself, we face challenges. In test cricket, you had to bat differently. In one-day cricket, you batted differently. And in the latest format, T20, one had to be extremely innovative to figure out what are the best options at that moment. So awareness is important, but the fundamental values don't change. The roots should never change, I feel. Around that, if you're innovative, it always helps. But if you are trying to change yourself completely, trying to change your natural instincts, your decision-making ability, then you'll always clutter up your mind with various thoughts. But if you surrender yourself to your natural instincts, because I believe, at least in sport, I felt that natural instincts were 95% of the time right. So it is in sport like how I would say conscious mind and subconscious mind. If you surrendered yourself to subconscious mind, you were making the right calls. But the moment your conscious mind started messing around with your head, there were doubts. There were unnecessary shots played. And so is the case generally in life, I feel.